94.9 Atiawa Toa.
When your radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa.
Atiawa Toa.
All the best throwbacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Sorensen Field here at Fraser Park, Sportsville, where we have the 2024 National Open Club Championships. It's day 4, and what an outstanding day it's been so far. Sure to be rounded out by the game in front of us right now, which is a major semi-final. Of course, we're at that stage of the tournament. We've got Ramblers from Auckland out there playing PCU Devils from Christchurch. And after the fireworks we've had on Diamond 1 so far, I'm really looking forward to this one. Of course, the winner of this one gets direct access to the big show tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Of course, that's the grand final. So there's a lot on the line in this game. It's running a good 2 hours late thanks to an 11 innings. That's right, you heard it, an 11-inning thriller earlier in the day between Papanui from Christchurch and Mount Albert Ramblers. So it's Ramblers that won that, and they've earned the right to play this game, which means whichever one of these teams wins goes through to the big show. Parkland's Christchurch United, who are batting, will just quickly run you through their order. Out there is Leon Lum leading off. He'll be followed by Curtis Dove, Bailey Hamilton, Ruben Elkins, Josh Harbrough, number 6, Drew Delatour, Cameron Watts, Jaden Potts, and Harpany Tumaroa round out their order. Defensively out there for Mount Albert Ramblers, we've got Clark, Rice, and Bennett in the outfield. Cole Evans at shortstop, Reese Evans at third, Brock Evans at second base, Gerard at first base. Floyd Nola doing the pitching out there to Max Early behind the dish. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That sets this one up nicely. It's a cool night out there in Hutt Valley. It's been an absolute sparkling day. But, of course, we are in March now, so the evenings are a bit chillier. The lights are just beginning to take effect as we see Leon Lum, who's done an outstanding job all week for his Parkland's Christchurch United team, gets to first base. This time it's on the hit pitch. Brings to bat number 66, Curtis Dove, the left-hander with the extreme pace around the base. Has been dropping him down and running him out for 4 days now. Parkland's Christchurch United have come through. They play a very complete game, a very aggressive coaching setup out there with Jason Kumiroa running the cutter for them down there on third base. There's the steal. Just as I mentioned it, the throw is too hot. Goes all the way to center field. And Leon Lum shows a clean pair of heels. There you see on the replay. Comes in, the throw is about 8 feet too high. Well backed up there out of center field by Maddox Rice. No balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Drops the ball down hard on the deck. Exactly as I said, he's been doing that all the way through the tournament. He got all the way to 1 in about 2.5 seconds flat.
Strike 2.
Well, we talked about the 11-inning thriller that we came out of between Papanui and Ramblers. Of course, the 2 teams knocked out of the tournament. That game was to earn the right to go to the major semi-final, which is what's in front of us here. Papanui over on Diamond 2. I'm not sure what's happened there at the moment. It's probably still going. Taking on Auckland United to go to the semi-final tomorrow to meet whichever of these 2 teams come out on top of this game. Curtis Dove strikes out to Floyd Nola. Heads to the dugout as the first out here in the top of the first innings. I'm Gary Rowe here. You'll be your commentator in this one. We were to have Bevan Martini along. He's an extremely busy man. You'll have to listen to me. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Nola going to work out there. This one's into the dirt. It allows Lum to move along to third base. PCU Devils with an early opportunity in this one. Bailey Hamilton, who's been batting up a storm also. For PCU Devils out there now, swings hard at a dropping pitch from Floyd Nola. Nola, part of the battery for Ramblers that features Nick Hayes and Daniel Chapman, making them a very effective triumvirate. Of course, we saw Nick Hayes absolutely huge for Ramblers in that 11 innings thriller when he pitched the entire game. That saw them come out winning in the end by 5 runs to 4. 10 and a half innings of work. The two teams could not be separated.
Well, 2 strike 2.
Oh, Nick Hayes, absolutely a giant in that game. There we see a shot out to the right field fence. It's gone all the way out there. That's going to allow Leon Lum to score. And it is Bailey Hamilton that turns the corner at 2 and is safe, standing up at 3. You'll see there now, there's the hit. He got all of that. He took off straight away. He knew which way it was going as well. Hitting out into off field there in order to get the runner from 3 safely home. He got all of it and hammered it out to the fence. Brings the bat number 24, Ruben Elkins. Goes hard at the first pitch from Floyd Nola. 1-0 it is to PCU. Very early in this ball game, we're here at the top of the first innings. A great start from PCU Devils with only 1 out. This one's been hammered straight up the middle. It's going to score the runner from 3. He's coming round, he's going to go in and stand up at 2. There's an RBI double, this time from Ruben Elkins. And it is PCU who are lighting it up there again. He got all of it. Nola just guilty of hanging a couple in the middle. 1 bounce into the outfield fence. That brings to bear on Ramblers now. Starting to feel a bit shell-shocked in the first innings. Number 68, Josh Harborough. And a runner at 2. And still only 1 out. 2 runs scored. Well, we know that Ramblers are not going to panic from this situation. They went 2 down early in the game against Papanui. There will possibly be some tired and sore bodies out there. They definitely went in a marathon stint in a very tight and a very emotional game. It was for everybody involved. And here they are, just an hour or so or 2 later, backing up to earn themselves a right to take a break and come in straight to the grand final tomorrow at 1 o'clock here on Sorensen Field at Fraser Park, Sportsville.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Floyd Nola gets the job done on Harbrow. Strikes him out for the 2nd out. Number 27, Drew Delatour, the left-hander.
Play.
In comes the DR for Christchurch United. That'll be Caleb Stevens, number 19.
Play. 2 outs. Yeah.
Number 27, Drew Delatour, the left-handed right fielder for Parklands Christchurch United. Another one of probably half a dozen players in this team that can really motor around the diamond. Jason Kumiroa, the coach, not shy of going to the short game at any stage of an innings. Will keep the opposition on their toes, guessing what's going to happen.
Play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, the light really beginning to fade now. We're seeing the artificial lights out there starting to take effect as the sky darkens. Nice play on the backhand out there by Brock Evans. He fires it into Lewis Gerard at first to take the third out here in the top of the first innings. And that has gone by fast, and PCU have managed to score 2 runs. 2-0 to them as we head to the bottom of the first innings. We'll be back in just a minute.
Huh? Take.
I can't promise you that things will always go the way we want. But I can promise you one thing, that if we fight through the pain together, if we strive every day to make each other better, if we learn to communicate and never lose sight of that vision, then we will surprise people. So don't settle for being a good player. Don't settle for being a good team. Aspire to something great, knowing your heart that this team is special. Look at the players around you and make that commitment to them right here, right now.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Sorensen Field here in Fraser Park, Sportsville, where we've got the major semi-final going on in front of us here in the National Open Club Championships 2024. It is Parklands Christchurch United taking on a Ramblers. 2-0 to Parklands after the top of the first innings. We're in the bottom of the first innings now, and we'll just quickly run you through the lineups in reverse. We'll go with the Ramblers batting. Out there leading off is Oscar Clark. He's going to be followed by Brock Evans, Cole Evans, and Lewis Gerard. Then we have Bradley Bennett, Reese Evans, Maddox Rice, Max Early, and rounding them out is Devon Carr. Defensively out there, we've got PCU Devils out at right field. It is Drew Delatour, Leon Lama, Bailey Hamilton, and Curtis Dover shortstop, Jaden Potts in the hot corner, Harpany Kumiroa at second base, Josh Harbrough at first, Liam Potts doing the pitching to Cameron Watts is the defense. I have been joined in commentary with none other than Wayne Small. Wayne, welcome along. Good to see you.
Nice to be here on a cold evening in Wellington, but it's still good to be here.
You'll have been a very interested spectator in this tournament. Wayne, how have you found the entire tournament so far?
No, it's been good. Unfortunately, work took me away from the first couple of days, but since then, it's been good. Some good softball being played. Fairly long game on hand this diamond. The game previous to the previous game, 11 innings.
11 innings it was. It was an absolute thriller.
Yeah, no, it's been good. And good softball and kind of what we expected from our people, which is awesome.
Well, with one out in the bottom of the first innings, these two teams vying for the right to go to the grand final. How do you see this one?
Well, two young pitchers up against each other, which is good. So, yeah, I think Potsy's been doing pretty good over the week. So, if he can hold these sticks, it'll be a close game, right? Yeah, real good.
Well, in that previous game against Papanui, of course, we saw Ramblers under some real intense pressure. It's probably fair to say they hadn't experienced that in the tournament prior to that game. As usual, the bunch of professionals they are, they came through in outstanding fashion and eventually won it. So this game, the right to go to the grand final against Parkland's Christchurch United.
Double.
Nice pitch by Potts there to fend off Brock Evans. He came in that game, did young Potts, and did an outstanding job. In the previous game to that earlier today, he was called in to come in to replace
Strike 2.
Ryan Britt, and has done a great job throughout the tournament, the young man.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He's got a pretty good ticker there. He keeps going and going, which is awesome. It's it was nice to see the Ramblers boys put to some pressure in that game against Papanui, and good for the Black Sox selectors to see that.
Of course, the Black Sox selectors, all interested spectators at this tournament. 20 of the best teams in the country, as we see Liam Potts strike out Brock Evans.
I can handle a swear word. Pissed off now.
There we go.
Not a good pitch.
That lovely rising pitch, which is a real weapon for that young man. 2 outs now, and at bat number 34, Cole Evans, one of the captain of the Black Sox and one of the truly experienced men in the game today, up against one of the real up-and-comers.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I mean, Cole goes well with the bat, as we all know in New Zealand, and Potsy's out there. He's not afraid of anyone. He's gonna take it to him, which is what we want to see.
Yeah, that pitch a little bit too high in the zone there. We do have the other team out there, of course. Mark Porteous is the umpire behind the base. Robbie Sadgrove looks like he's being highly predicted by the weather out there. Brighton Wells, that one was. Robbie Sadgrove at first base, of course. And Porty, who's a great communicator with the players out there, already sharing a joke with Cameron Watts.
He's having a great time out there, Porty.
Play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This one hit hard by Cameron Watts out to left field. He's turning and looking at 2. There's a nice job to get his team going with 2 down, looking for a rally. There you see, that was that rise ball that everybody's been had hard to handle. And Cole Evans it was, of course. Up to the challenge. This time it's Lewis Gerard. Batted extremely well, and there we see he's going to put one on the grass. Oh, and absolutely. And Cole Evans going to wind back the clock a year or 2 and show us just how athletic he is. He's run all the way home on that hit from Lewis Gerard. And that's a nice piece of softball by Ramblers to get the 1 run.
It's okay.
There we see Cole Evans turning. He was already looking towards home. And
That's
in the end,
good attempt out there at right field. That's a tough catch to take.
very athletic attempt out there at right field. Drew Delatour is the man out there. Just had to stop for a sec to check to make sure he was all right. This one hit hard at shortstop. There we go. Sucks it up. Throws it across the diamond for the out at first base. Does Curtis Dove. And that is 3 down, but not before a run is scored. Courtesy of the hit from Lewis Gerard. 2 runs to PCU versus 1 run to Ramblers. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There you see the lights at Fraser Park Sportsville beginning to take effect. My colour commentator, Wayne Small, in the booth at the moment. Wayne is the manager of the Black Sox at the moment. Wayne, and just give us a brief outline of what's on the horizon for you guys over the next 12 months or so.
So yeah, we've got a WBSC qualifier that's happening in North America. So it's in a place called Prince Albert in Canada. That's taking place over the 8th to the 15th of July. We'll be naming a squad to head off and take that challenge.
No, it's that.
And that squad will be named on the 21st of this month, so a week and a bit's time.
2-1, yeah. Oop.
Actually, no. Yeah, week and a bit. And we'll get together. We have a couple of unit camps, and there'll be a few battery camps as well as we build up to head away from New Zealand.
Nice one. And of course, a lot of a week after this tournament, of course, we're going to hear the naming of that training squad.
Ball 3, strike 1.
And of course, there'll be a lot of notes and things to prepare and discussions to make after this tournament.
Yep, it's
there's a nice job out there by Cole Evans to run that one down. The pop fly down the third base line is taken for the first out. And Cameron Watts heads back to the dugouts, are replaced by number 4, Jaden Watt. Jaden Watt.
No, his was, yeah.
Yeah, never an easy time to be naming a reduced squad. So we've got a wider squad of about 31 athletes, which will drill down to 21. And then from that, the final 16 will be selected to head overseas and get us qualified.
Well, Max, that one. Yeah.
And good luck to them. It's looking forward to that, and very excited to see the Black Sox beginning to get it back in action and working their way, of course, towards the next World Series.
Yeah, tough task, but we're up for it. And we believe that those people that are named next week will be the people we need to go and get us back into the World Series at least, or the World Champ, next year, and again up in Prince Albert as well. So,
well, looking forward to it. I'm sure everyone is, but the mix of youth and experience at this tournament alone must certainly give Thomas and his team a lot of food for thought about, possible new blood they might want to look at, and some experienced blood out there also that they maybe need to keep looking at. So plenty of options for them.
Yeah, no, it's good to have that sort of ability at your hands to be able to select a decent side to head away. So yeah, a tough decision to make for the coaching staff. We've been in a bit of deliberation today. But yeah, we just need to make sure we've got the right people, and I believe we'll land on the right people. And then just bring that together as a team, and we'll head off and do what we need to do.
Well, we got top 4 action right out there in front of us this time, and it's Jaden Potts going to work out there against Floyd Nola. 2-1 it is PCU Devils who are leading this ball game, and 2 balls, 2 strikes on the young man with 1 out here in the top of the second innings.
Right, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Both teams, of course, bristling with international talent. And one of the features now that we've filtered this 20-team competition into the top 4, and after that 11-innings thriller, is just how even these 4 teams are. My own thoughts was that Ramblers were going to be, and probably still are, the favourites for the tournament. But certainly Papanui proved that anything is capable of happening on the day.
Josh or Peter. No, I had him up.
No, it's good to see that these top teams being taken to task, right? And yeah, you're right. The Ramblers team would probably be considered a fairly top contender, but it's good to see other teams that stand up and have a go.
Best foot forward, absolutely right. Yeah. Down to the bottom of the order for PCU, Hapani Kumidor, number 13. The total antithesis to Jaden Potts, tall and lean.
Florianola's going quite good out here.
Yeah, well, we've just been talking about in commentary today, players of his type. They seem to be starting to feature more and more on the landscape. And what I'm talking about is a true utility, because he's also earns his place in most teams as a batter, as well as a pitcher. Of course, you see Pita Rona at Northcote, and of course, with Papanui, you've got the Australian there who's been doing it, but also earns their place as a batter and not just as a pitcher, and
Nice
will
shot
play
up
in
the
the
middle.
field.
Yeah, and similarly with Jackson Watt, right? So
Jackson, yeah,
he's,
absolutely. And there's a nice hit from Hapani Kumaroa. Looking for a rally now from PCU Devils. And yeah, that's that luxury that Papanui have with Jackson Watt, and Marshall Cronk is the other name I was looking for, from Australia, who earns his place in most teams again as a batter, but is also a world-class pitcher. So that takes them back to the top of their order. Leon Lum, who got on base in the top of the first innings, courtesy of a hit pitch, went all the way around eventually to score. PCU Devils giving themselves more opportunity to advance in this ball game.
One ball, 2 strikes. Yeah. It's your dad. Ricky, that you?
Runner on one for PCU Devils. We have Leon Lum in to bat against Ramblers. Mount Albert Ramblers, of course, from Auckland. And a nice job done there by Floyd Nola to strike out Leon Lum. And that will complete the top half of the second innings. 2-1 to PCU Devils in this one. We'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to turn Porty down. He just can't.
Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack Lynx is good with it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Sorensen Field and Fraser Park, home of the 2024 National Open Club Championships, where PCU Devils taking on Mount Albert Ramblers in this one. The visiting team from Christchurch and the visiting team from Auckland. Nothing more savoury than a Canterbury-Auckland derby. And whatever code you happen to be watching, it also always has a little bit of extra spice in it. PCU have impressed me, Wayne. They have come through and looked like they are very well coached and very well drilled.
Yeah,
team.
they are. They around the diamond. They're all very good in their own right, and they come together well, and they make a good team. And you're right, coached well as well. Good to see them out there. And you're right, in Auckland, Canterbury, rivalry was as lively in any sport. None more so than here in softball as well.
Well, we didn't do it on purpose, but all four teams in the top of the national championships here. You've got two from Canterbury and two from Auckland. I'm a local lad here in Porirua, and would love to have seen a Wellington team or two in there, but not to be this year.
No,
to be this year.
No, not our time. Unfortunately, I'm similar a potty to a boy, and it would have been nice to see one of the Wellington sides in there, but not to be this year.
There we go. There's a hit back to Liam Potts. Pitcher gets the job done. Fires Bradley Bennett out at first base.
Oh, was that it, was it?
That'll bring to bat. Sorry, that was Reese Evans. That'll bring to bat number 50, Maddox Rice. One out here at the bottom of the second innings. And this game running a full 2 hours late, courtesy of the 11-inning thriller, which we experienced earlier in the day. There's a hit out there, nicely picked up by Jaden Potts, who makes that play look easy, and I can tell you it wasn't.
No.
It takes training to do that. He picks it up, fires it across the diamond. Nice work.
Not the tallest of players on third bag, and obviously very sharp with what he does. Picked it up well, and nice throw across to Josh Harborough.
Nice work there. Fouled back this time. It's number 2, Max Early. Max Early, who's really coming into his own for Mount Albert Ramblers with the bat. Had a great bat in that 11 innings game, which I know I keep referring back to, but it has set the standard for the rest of the tournament. That game, it was worthy of a final on its own. So 2 down in this one. The game's going to go past pretty quickly if we're 3 up and 3 down like this on it all the way through.
We'll get it done before it rains.
Yeah.
Well, I think that rains.
Doesn't rain in the Hutt Valley.
No.
All the Hutt Valley people I've talked to have said it doesn't rain. So
I think it looked a bit threatening before. It looks like it's blowing around us, so that's good. We'll get on with the game.
yeah, it is a little bit overcast there, but we won't be able to see that in a minute as the sky gets dark. So what you can't see can't hurt you.
True that.
Popped up out in front. This time it's Harborough, uses all experience to tell the rest of the traffic to get out the way. I'm the tallest man out there. I'll grab that one myself. So that's 3 down. That's 2 innings complete. 2-1 to PCU Devils in this one, and we'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute's time.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's a nice shot of the diamond there. Don't be fooled by how light the camera makes it look. It's a little bit darker than that as the artificial lighting out there begins to take effect. It is Parkland's Christchurch United Devils taking on the Mount Albert Ramblers in this one. The winner of this gets the right to go to the big show. 1 o'clock tomorrow, the grand final to decide who is going to be the national champion for the 2023-2024 season. And this bookends our season and is the one really, Wayne, that all the players really do want to win.
Yeah, it's pretty prestigious title to be crowned the best club in New Zealand, and it's great to see all these teams here competing for that title. And some good softball's been had all weekend. So, yeah, it's well sought after, and it's good to see that these players are turning out in force to put their clubs out there and have a crack.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that as well, Wayne. Of course, you've got all of the premier teams from Canterbury have come. All of the premier teams from North Harbour have come, and they've come from all around the country. And 20 teams is an excellent number to get confirmed entry into this tournament.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's good for our sport, right?
Yeah.
To get this many people along here to a club's tournament, It just shows that it's still alive out there at the grassroots level, right? And that's awesome. 20 teams. It's probably the highest number we've had for a while. I would
For
think.
a number of years, I would think you're absolutely right. This time it's Curtis Dove who shows us how fast he is, but he can't beat out the fielding of Lewis Gerard, who turns around and just shovels it to Brock Evans at first base for the out. And there you see on the replay, that is a bang-bang play. Nice and close out there. Robbie Sadgrove on first base.
Oh, straight
Right on
back up the
spot.
middle.
This one's hit right up the middle. And this time it is Bailey Hamilton helping himself to the second hit of his second hit of the ball game.
Bailey's going pretty good with the bat at the
He is
moment.
right through the tournament. He's
Yep.
actually going very well.
Yep.
That'll bring to bat number 24, Ruben Elkins. Bailey Hamilton safe out of there at first base.
There's another.
This time it's hit up the middle as well.
They
They
turn
take
this.
the lead
Yeah,
runner.
not quick
They
quick
turn
enough.
around and don't quite get the double. Ruben Elkins had to be quick to stop that from happening. There's the replay. And yes, safe.
Good call
safe
out
by
there.
a good meter.
It's
Two
just a,
down.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
Just a comment actually. I've heard some really good comments around the park on the umpiring over this tournament, which is pleasing to hear. It's a lot of
Yeah.
people. It's a tough job out there.
Absolutely a tough job, and we've always said it here at Ballpark Broadcasting. We're extremely well served by the Blues we have in this country. We're very lucky
Hard
to
hit.
have them. There's a nice hard hit, too hot to handle by Oscar Clark at third
Yeah,
base.
right. Oh, safe.
There's
Tag
a
out at second.
fine
That's
rally by Ramblers to take
Wow.
out the runner. Josh Harbrow it was at second
that's
base.
just unfortunate. Nice hit, hard hit up through the 5-6 hole, and then to be taken at seconds.
Just cool heads out there prevail. They used all their experience to get that out, and they head back to the dugout now. The score is still PCU Devils 2, Ramblers 1. We'll be back after these messages in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a quick turnaround there where Mount Albert Ramblers versus PCU Devils from Christchurch. 2-1 it is to PCU Devils. Out there right now is the bottom of the order batter, number 77, Devon Carr for Mount Albert Ramblers. Looking to get them going in this one now. And Mount Albert Ramblers, who were under some severe pressure in the game against Papanui, are now, early in this ball game, under some equally severe pressure from PCU Devils.
Yeah, I suppose PCU Devils will be thinking of this game that they've got nothing to lose here. Take it to them.
Best foot forward because, whatever happens in this ball game, you're not out of the tournament.
No.
Although you don't go directly to the grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, the loser of this game will go to the semi-final tomorrow morning to decide who gets to play the eventual winner of this game, whoever that may happen to be. Nice job once again from Liam Potts, who continues to keep the Mount Albert Ramblers batters at bay, and that is, I can tell you, not an easy thing to do.
It's Oscar Clark comes into the batter's box.
Number 33, Oscar Clark, the lead-off hitter for Mount Albert Ramblers. Another one who's been doing a great job And I was told by one of the supporters that Oscar's a player that's come through the grades in Auckland and has had to be patient and work very hard just to get a shot at a starting lineup in this Mount Albert Ramblers team.
Yeah, we had Oscar in the junior Black Sox realm a few years back. Yeah, great player, great person. It's good to see him going well.
Well, of course, you've got a Mount Albert Ramblers team, Wayne, that's absolutely stacked with talent, international talent. And you have to think in a club like that, it is very hard to break into a team like that, and you've got to work hard to do it.
Yeah, he's got a very good work ethic. Trains hard, which you would expect. So it's,
and I have no doubt that Nathan Nuku running the cutter for Mount Albert Ramblers set some extremely high standards of his athletes as well.
Yep, Nathan has very high standards himself, so yeah, he would expect that of his players, I'm sure.
Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes on this one, and Clark
Popped
pops one out, and it's
well
nicely
taken.
taken out there by Curtis Dove, his shortstop, as he backs up towards the outfield and takes it
down?
nice and high. It is now 2 down. Bringing to bat number 21, Brock Evans.
Yep.
Comes into bat. He's been going very well for Mount Albert Ramblers. He usually isn't a batter in this team that isn't playing well. You can say that about all of them. But yeah, we're in the sharp end of the tournament now, and even a team as good as them has found it hard going against what is turning out to be some very stern opposition.
Yeah, Potts is going real good here. He's standing up, which is awesome.
I think Cameron Watts doing a fantastic job for him, calling spots out there as well, looking after his young charge.
Yeah, Cam's a catcher on the rise. He's very level-headed, very calm, poised. Yeah, no, he's good. I had the pleasure of taking him away when we went to the Oceania qualifier.
And then we have Ryan Brick out there warming up. He'll want to keep his arm warm just in case he's needed. At the moment, it is Liam Potts who are all over the Mount Albert Ramblers batters at the moment. Though we all know that can change in the blink of an eye.
Ooh.
And there's another. That rise ball he's got is extremely effective. He gets so many batters with that one. And Brock Evans becomes another victim. Strikes out here in the 3rd innings. It's going along nice and quickly. We're 3 complete. We'll be back in just a minute after a few messages.
When your radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There's a lovely shot of the scoreboard here at Fraser Park as we've got another tight affair on our hands between Parklands Christchurch United and Mount Albert Ramblers. The light is all but gone here now. We're definitely heading into the night time, but the softball is remaining nice and bright out there as we see Floyd Nola, after some early jitters in which PCU were able to help themselves to 2 runs, has come back strong for Mount Albert Ramblers and is now doing a very good job out there.
Drew Delator, the right field, leading off for the PCU Devils.
Delator having a great tournament himself. He's going to be followed in the on-deck circle by Cameron Watts.
Down.
And it is Nola going to work out there. Doing a good job since the first 2 runs were scored in the first innings. Had to sort of rally and regroup, and has done that well since.
Boy, he'll beat that out. Well done.
This time it was Max earlier who couldn't hold that, or couldn't get to it in time, as it flirted with the third base line. That was hit hard into the ground by Delator, but if you don't pick that up cleanly and throw it, these guys are fast enough, they'll beat you out every time. And Delator, clean pair of heels at first base, safe, bringing the bat, number 15, the catcher, Cameron Watts, who I think his batting has come a long way as well.
Good. Looking to put the bunt down there, advance the runner from first.
Nice pitch as we see the replay there, and right in the zone. This time it's hit hard out the shortstop, taken by Cole Evans. They look for the double.
Quick enough down to
Not
first.
in time.
Lead runner taking it second.
Delator heads back to the dugout. He's the first out. There you see on the replay, Mount Albert Ramblers very sharp in their infield, and you had to be quick to beat out that double play.
DR coming in, Caleb Stevens. And to run for Cameron Watts.
Caleb, number 19. Jaden Potts into bat now, number 4. He's got an invisible strike zone. Hey, from one vertically challenged guy to another, I'm not making fun of his stature. He hits that one back, and that's a nice job done by Floyd Nola. You don't see too many pitchers throwing themselves on the ground like that, do you?
No, you don't. No, you don't. I think it came off the end of the bat. Wasn't going very quick, so I thought he was at his time, but throwing himself about, which is not like you see from most pitchers. Athletic though, young fella.
So 2 down. The upshot of that, we're back to Hapini Kumaroa, who helped himself to a safe hit in the second innings. Here we are already in the top of the 4th innings.
Taken out there at third.
Bottom of the 4th innings.
Fumble by the catcher. Chance's arm. And unfortunately out at 3.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I was a little bit confused about top and bottom of the innings. We were in the bottom of the 4th innings, top of the 4th innings. There we go. We're yet to decide. But anyway, we'll take a break while we work that one out.
100.9 and 94.9 Atiawa Toa.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa.
Atiawa Toa.
All the best throwbacks.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a cool evening out there, but the action on the diamond is red hot. We hope you did well in our little spot the deliberate mistake competition, but we are in fact at the bottom of the 4th innings, and we will change our scoreboard around to reflect the top and bottom. But bottom of 4, it's Mount Albert Ramblers up to bat.
Cole Evans, Black Sox captain, in against the young fella.
And you can be well assured that it was your play-by-play commentator and the official scorer, that had it right. Black Sox captain Cole Evans leading off for Mount Albert Ramblers out there in this one now. And the further the situation goes like this, and it's only one run, which is nothing, but the pressure does begin to mount.
It sure does, yep. You get up in the innings and can do strange things to a hitter and to a pitcher. And we see him hit by pitch.
This time
Takes a free ride down to first.
it's Potsy who puts one into the arm guard, and that's why Cole Evans wears it, because that would be a decent sort of a swelling bruise if you had to wear that sort of velocity on right on the point of your elbow. But Cole Evans gets himself to first base, and as the leadoff hitter in this innings, that was his job. Lewis Gerard, it is up to bat. Lewis Gerard has been hitting the ball in the cleanup spot, and he's been doing exactly that for Mount Albert Ramblers. Hits with power, and as you can see on our pictures, he's a very powerfully built chap.
That he is. First pitch strike.
It's very good the way Potts comes back from, for example, just hitting the Black Sox captain in the elbow, for example.
Pop fly, that'll
Pop
be...
fly into centre field, he comes in, catches it nice and strongly, and no chance of Cole Evans taking second base there. Nice job out there by Leon Lum. There we see it's that rise ball that I'm sure is being talked about. How do we combat it? At the moment, no one's been able to get on top of it. It's the first time we've seen PCU.
Oh, yeah, you got your no twink on, eh? Okay. You got to figure something out?
Looks like there's a bit of discussion about
Between
the
innings,
signals here. Signals between the catcher and the pitcher.
Okay.
Struggling to see possibly the signs given by the catcher.
That is exactly, I think, what they're talking about there. And these days, often you see the catchers wearing brightly coloured tape on their fingers just to help the pitchers see their signals.
Maybe some nail polish.
Or maybe some twink, which is what Paulie
They were
asked.
talking about there. Yeah, correct.
No, I don't know if any of the catchers will want to admit to putting nail polish on, but you never know. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Whoever floats your boat.
You might get the odd pitcher out there that demands it.
Ooh.
This time it's Potts looking to work inside the zone on number 44, Bradley Bennett. One out it is now. But Bradley Bennett out there for Mount Albert Ramblers. There's the hit at 3. Jaden Potts takes the out
Lead
at
runner
2.
gone.
And Cole Evans slides in that fashion. That means it's very hard for the guy receiving the ball at second base to get the throw away.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No chance there for the double. 2 down, however it is.
Blake Wardrobe coming in as a DR.
Blake Wardrobe is the on the sheet, the DR, yes, for the Mount Albert Ramblers, number 28, Reese Evans. It is who is up to bat. Just a bit of quiet period as it's become a bit of a pitcher-dominated affair. Still runners getting out there on base, but not advancing towards third base at the moment.
It's a good pitch. Nothing seems to phase young Potsy.
No, he's very focused out there. Got the game face on the whole time.
Yep.
Nice out there. This time it's Leon Lum that makes the
Throw to
throw
Harbour.
across the one, and it's Reese Evans who is the third out here in the bottom of the 4th innings. 4 complete now. The score remains PCU Devils 2, Mount Albert Ramblers 1. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Sorensen Field in Fraser Park in the middle of Lower Hutt. Nighttime here now, and this game's taking us into the night. It is Mount Albert Ramblers taking on Parklands Christchurch United. A change on the hill out there. We see Floyd Nola, who's been doing a good job, and this has been a tactic all the way through the tournament when they've used Nola to start the pitching. They get to about the fourth innings and then they make a change. And this change, it is Daniel Chapman who has come in, and we all know Daniel Chapman. Of course, he's one of the spearheads for the Black Sox, and good to see him out there and coming back strongly.
Yeah, overcoming an injury, and he's taken his time in his build-up. He's rehabbed well. You won't see him pitching many more than probably 2 or 3 innings a game. We're aiming to have him fit for us when we head across to our qualifier. Spearheading along with Nick Hayes also playing for the Ramblers. A couple of good pitches, and it's nice to see Daniel back on the mound.
Well, that first out was Hapani Kumaroa, takes them back to the top of the order. Number 2, Leon Lum. And Daniel Chapman wasted no time in getting into his work, struck out the first batter he faced. And as you said, it is very good to see him and also Nick Hayes in tandem for Mount Albert Ramblers. And certainly, I'm sure, will be in consideration later on.
High fly ball to right field. Well taken out there.
Leon Lum flies out at right field. Second out.
Oscar Clark safe out there.
Bringing to bat number 66, Curtis Dove. Made a couple of nice plays already at shortstop. The genuine pace that both Nick and Daniel possess kind of sets them apart from the rest of the pitchers in the country at the moment, whilst we look for a few more flamethrowers. But yeah, it is such good to see that the Black Sox are going to have that sort of option available to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good pitchers coming through as well, right? So that can only pushes these senior players along a little bit, and to know there's someone nipping at their heels is beneficial to the game as well. So.
And this time, Daniel Chapman provides us with a short innings as he strikes out Curtis Dove for the third out here in the top of the 5th innings. We're going through pretty quickly in this one. It's PCU Devils that continue to lead it by 2 runs to 1 over Mount Albert Ramblers. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
She's coming strong there.
There we go, the guys at the end of the day enjoying the spoils of their day's work up in the bar at the Rico Centre, which I can tell you, having had the quesadilla up there last night, is an absolutely awesome place to be once you've finished your mahi for the day. But our mahi continues, because out there it is Mount Albert Ramblers taking on PCU Devils. 2-1 to PCU it is. It's Mount Albert Ramblers up to bat to see if they can do anything about that right now. Number 50, Maddox Rice, will be leading off for them. Both of these teams throughout the tournament, Wayne, haven't felt the need to meddle or mess too much with their batting order. Very consistent in their selections, especially Parklands Christchurch United. who you could have reused their team sheet about 6 times in a row because it just doesn't change.
Well, it's one of those things, right? If it's working for you,
What's happened there? Sorry, guys. As we go through, I don't know if you could hear Wayne. I can't hear him in my head, but
how's that? Can you hear me in your head now?
I can hear you now.
Bonus.
We just had to push the right button.
Yeah, DJ's gone to sleep. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where if you've got a batting lineup that's working for you, and you don't need to change it, then yeah, if it's not broken, then don't try and fix it.
Don't try and fix it. Absolutely right. PCU remarkably consistent, but I think when you build that consistency, and they've been winning, you also helps you build your confidence, doesn't it?
Sure does. Yep, definitely so. And if you're if you're confident and you're on a roll, there's a lot to be said about momentum, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've always said, and it's an old saying, that winning is a habit.
Yep.
And once you get into that habit, just ask Mount Albert Ramblers, the winningest team in softball over the last probably decade or more.
But it's good to see that, and we talked about it earlier on. They're not getting it all their own way, right? So
that's right. Yeah.
So it's sooner or later someone's going to come to knock you off your perch.
Well, that's the challenge, isn't it? I mean, we can all say, hey, why do these guys keep winning every year? Well, the answer to that is obvious. It's because they're the best.
Yep.
And if you want to beat the best, you've got to be the best.
Yep.
And that's always the challenge. And we talk about Mount Albert Ramblers being the best, and they have been for a long time. And there's no coincidence that coincides with the career of a certain Mr. Nathan Nuku out there. And we've already said sets extremely high standards for his athletes and his team. Okay. And whichever representative team or club team that he's in. Because he played with extremely high standards for the Black Sox for many years.
Okay, and then Ramblers changed 77 out, 4 in.
77 out is Devon Carr is making way for number 4, Ryan Early, to come in for a pinch hit at some stage there.
Good.
Ryan Early in now for Devon Carr. They got the runner out there at first base. As we were talking away there, we'll catch up with what's happening and the changes they're beginning to make.
DR's getting plenty of work tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Early comes in as a lefty to pinch hit for Devon Carr here in the bottom of the 5th innings. It is 1 out. And we're getting into the later stages of this game, and we talked about it. It's only a 1-run lead. But if you manage to hold on to it, Wayne, it's enough to win you a game.
Sure is, yep. And as you mentioned, the winner of this goes straight through tomorrow. So, earn yourself a sleep in.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people who sort of on two sides of the fence about whether having a rest is a good thing or a bad thing.
Yep.
But hey, in order to get the early game tomorrow, you've got to lose a game. And
True.
we just talked about winning being a habit. So
yep.
You want to be winning, is my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think you would definitely throw it to be here and have another crack in the morning. It's nice to finish the day and head away home and know that you can have some good rest and be fresh.
Parkland's Christchurch United take another step towards that as they take out Max Early, the pinch hitter. They go to the top of the order now. Number 33, Oscar Clark, comes in. No sign of maybe stealing second here and getting themselves into a scoring position. As we see Oscar Clark looking to drop the bunt down in front of him.
2 strikes on Oscar.
Also been a feature of Liam Potts' pitching is his ability to work ahead of the count. Very often he is 1 or 2 strikes up early in the count.
Is that rise ball again?
Oscar Clark does well to stay off that one. That was just possibly a little bit higher than the previous ones. Yeah, there it goes there. Was indeed.
Up the
This
middle.
time he hangs one in the middle. It is a hit
oh,
out
that's
there,
a
and
great
that's a
play.
nice
That's a
play
great
out
play.
there. This time it's Curtis Dove who, again, makes no mistake in nailing the runner at 1. And for the third out in the innings, no change to the score. It still remains 2-1. It is Parklands Christchurch United who are doing a great job out there. Once again, Mount Albert Ramblers under some severe pressure. We'll be back in just a minute to find out what happens.
Rusty Bumgardner has done it all. But this year, Rusty reaches a whole new level of softball success. He's going to Beijing.
Rusty. Rusty. Rusty, have you seen my glove?
As the equipment manager. Good luck, Rusty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting into the later stanzas of this ball game. That is 5 complete. We're into the 6th innings now. We're into the top of the 6th inning. And it is PCU that continue to do a fantastic job in this ball game. They've kept the Mount Albert Ramblers hitters at bay so far in this one. They made the change on the hill in the previous innings when Daniel Chapman came in to pitch, and we're just going to take a quick break. I think the Ramblers catcher might have wore one in a sensitive area there. Just going to give him a second to work that one out.
And it hurt.
Oh, it's nice of the umpire to head out there and tell him that they hit the catcher and it hurt. Nice job.
I generally find if a softball hits you in any sort of way or fashion in a game, it generally tends to hurt, Wayne.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
It's an unwritten rule. A lot of players are very good at disguising it, but if it hits you, it hurts.
Yeah.
Especially at this time of the night when it's cold.
Yes, exactly. Is that spoken from experience?
Yes. Yes, I've been in the emergency department from the effects of a softball hitting me in the head. There we go. Daniel Chapman just burns one past the batter for another strikeout.
That's Buddy Hamilton go down. He's been hitting the ball fairly well too. So obviously
He sure
Chapman
has.
coming in and moving things up a level.
It just changes things a bit, doesn't it? Floyd Nola did a good job, but Daniel Chapman is a couple of levels up above that again. And it's good to see him throwing a lot closer towards 100%, it seems to me, since he walked out there in the last innings. We talked about it off camera. He's rehabbing from some pretty severe injuries, and it's good to see him making his way back. And there's a rise ball that possibly should not have been swung at this time. It was a lot higher. Most of the high-velocity pitches throughout the world possess that rise that is virtually unhittable. And if it hits the right zone, is almost a given strike. Daniel Chapman, no exception.
A nice pitch on the outside there.
Just uses a bit of a change of pace in this instant to get the second out. Ruben Elkins heads to the dugout, being struck out. Consecutive strikeouts by Daniel Chapman.
Brings in Josh Harbrow, first baseman.
Josh Harbrow, who's never an easy out for most pitchers, swings hard at the first pitch that comes through to him from Daniel Chapman. Daniel Chapman, who has now faced 5 batters and has 4 strikeouts. And there's Josh Harbrow, adjudged to have swung. think we'll all agree that he did, as the bat came right around in front. And this
strikes
time
him
it's
out.
Daniel Chapman who comes in, strikes out Josh Harbrow. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts in a row. Extremely impressive. But that does not impact the scoreboard. It's still Parklands Christchurch United leading in this ball game. We'll find out what Mount Albert Ramblers can do about that when we come back.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park, Sportsville, where it is Brock Evans up to bat for Mount Albert Ramblers, taking on Parklands Christchurch United in this one. And it is an extremely tight affair. 2 runs to 1 PCU. I don't know if you'd call it enjoying a lead. They're sitting on a lead of only a 1 run. But at the moment, we talked about it before, Wayne, every time another innings ticks down, it's pressure that builds up on Mount Albert Ramblers to come back.
Yeah, sure thing. And
She did that time.
and the Devils, they'll be well aware of that, and they'll just be wanting to keep the ball in play, take the outs that are there, and then come back and try and extend that in the next at bat. But yeah, the pressure is coming back onto Mount Albert Ramblers here.
Well, one of the features for me of the tournament so far is not just that the Parklands Christchurch United team are a good unit, and they are, but one of the highlights has been the performance of their young pitcher, the left-hander out there, Liam Potts, who continues to go to work on what is possibly the strongest hitting lineup here at the tournament, and doing a great job doing it, and just underlines it with the strikeout of Brock Evans.
Speaking of lefties, I've been just sent a message to a shout out to Caleb White Hodge, a young fella that's been he's been here at the tournament. Shot back to Palmy today and pitched his team to a win up there into the finals next weekend. So, yeah, well done, Caleb.
Oh, well done to that young man. Straight out of one tournament or straight out of the heat and into the fire.
Yeah. He's been playing down here for the Rolleston team.
Yep.
Picked up and, yeah, has shot back to Palmy and pitched, I think it's the Army team. Yep, Linton Army. A 5-1 win over Dodgers up there. So
there you go. Any of the Forces teams are going to be close to your heart, Wayne.
Yep, definitely so. Yep. And
we had the young player they call Luigi from Wollaston, who is who is
young Tams. Yeah. We actually we missed it. We just finished our NZDF softball tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, week before last, and we missed Tams. Tams wasn't available through work.
But he's very proud of his job in the armed forces, in the army. He is at Burnham Military Camp, and rightly so.
He's lucky I'm not his boss because his moustache is not quite regulation.
You hear that? Shave that mustache, young man, if you're listening.
Come and see me tomorrow. I'll trim it up for you, son.
Yeah. Wayne might go and have a word to your CEO. Lewis Gerard is up to bat, number 30, who's looking now. We're in the bottom of the 6th innings, and really, we talked about it before. If you're 1 run ahead, that's enough to win a ball game. Well, something's going to have to be done, and it might be not done right here, but certainly Lewis Gerard gives us an indication of what he's capable of as he laces one out to the left field fence in foul territory.
Yep. Throw it in.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and of course anything that lands on the grass out there now is going to come back wet as the evening dew begins to take over out there. I'm not sure, he might just pick a spot just up on the bank there that's too dry.
Look at that.
Not this time, though. What a job done by the
Nice
young
job,
man
Potsy.
once again to strike out Lewis Gerard and take them one step closer to victory in this one. And, of course, that means one step closer to the grand final. As we now have 6 innings complete, we're heading to the top of the 7th, and it's Mount Albert Ramblers with all the pressure on them. We'll find out what they can do about it when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, where the 7th innings has just got underway here at Sorensen Field at Fraser Park, where Daniel Chapman's going to work out there on number 27, Reuben Elkins, who shaped a bunt that one, but like most of the batters that have come before Reuben against Daniel, is on fire out there. He's struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 batters he's faced so far, and has worked his way into a head count on Drew Delator out there.
Devils will be looking to get a little bit more insurance in this inning here, just to give them that little bit of an edge coming into their bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's one more shot at it for Mount Albert Ramblers, and there's some extreme pressure for them now.
Question asked there, laid off that rise ball.
One of the few that's been able to do it so far. It was a little bit higher, to be honest, than some of the other ones. Now, the other word is the game over in Diamond 2 did not finish as it got too dark for them to keep going. That game is going to finish on Diamond 1 here under lights following this game. So there we go. We're still not finished here on Diamond 1 here on day 4, and it is Auckland United who are playing Papanui. I really would love to know where that game has ended up in terms of the score and in terms of the innings that they've got left to play.
We'll still be here at breakfast time.
Yeah. That's tournament play for you. You're here for the long haul, aren't you?
Exactly that.
You can't win it if you're not here for the whole 5 days in the club tournaments. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Elkin's doing a good job out there this
Plays
time.
off that.
Swing. No.
It's foul ball, I think.
It's all right. Not in that case. Not in that case.
Because he said so.
Might have struck out.
Once again, Porty communicating well with everyone around him. On that one, the upshot of it is it's a full count now. Drew Delator, 3 balls, 2 strikes, has managed to lay off the rise ball, and this time it's on the outside of
Picks
the
the
plate.
walk.
He's going to pick a walk, and that is a fantastic job done by Delator.
It's a great at-bat. Brings up Cameron Watts, catcher. Giving themselves a chance here.
Giving themselves a chance. AU Papanui winner plays in the semi at 10 a.m. tomorrow, which will, of course, mean that they are playing the loser of the game in front of us right now.
Stays up.
And there's that inside edge. A lot of the pitchers are working that one now, and we talked about it with Stevie Deans earlier. It's an area of the plate that they've gone away from, largely because the Blues weren't giving it to them.
Yeah, the strike zone kind of changed in NZ a little bit, where the Blues were giving 2 balls outside and not giving anything on the inside. And internationally, we head offshore, and that's a pitch that we don't throw at home because we're not being given it by the umpires, right?
Yep.
So we had a discussion with Wiremu, and told him of our the problems we were having with that. So now, and it was a bit of give and take between the umpires and the catchers not setting up, umpires not seeing that part of the zone.
Yeah, I mean, but you do, I mean, you know, you want the Black Sox to be prepared for everything they're going to meet overseas. So really all you're asking for is consistency.
Yeah, exactly that. And, you know, I'm a fairly simple man, and the strike zone is a strike zone, and it's a ball outside or a ball inside on the edge of the plate. Just maintain that, and make sure our pitchers can hit that, and then we're, you know.
Well, once again, now that we are seeing it being called and now used again, it is a skill that's being rediscovered. We're seeing Nick Hayes using it to great effect throughout this tournament. We've just seen Daniel Chapman throw a brilliant one there just 3 pitches ago. So, yeah, good to see. Good to see. Runner at 1 has gone on the steal. He's flat out and has been taken out on a fine throw there by Max Early. Nice play there. You'll see it now. It's Cole Evans that gets across to take it. And, yes, indeed, you can see there that he was out by a good foot or 2. In old money, half a metre maybe. 1 ball, 2 strikes it is on Jaden Potts.
Where's that rise
2 down.
Ball? Wow.
Two down in the bottom of the top of the 7th innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It is Parkland's Christchurch United who were looking for a insurance run. This one is hit by Jaden Potts to the Black Sox captain Cole Evans, who fires it across the diamond for the 3rd out here in the top of the 7th innings. 1 more throw of the dice it is for Mount Albert Ramblers to come back in this one. We'll find out what happens when they come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Parkland's Christchurch United versus Mount Albert Ramblers, and what a game we've had. It is edge of the seat stuff. It's 2 runs to 1. Parkland's Christchurch United, and it's the last throw of the dice. And we have the legend himself, Nathan Nuka, has brought himself in to lead off the hitting for Mount Albert Ramblers. And usually that means some fireworks are about to happen. And the first pitch he sees, he goes hard at. Now this really is a challenge for young Liam Potts, and I don't necessarily mean because Nathan's necessarily a better batter than any of the other batters in the order, but just the sheer pressure of having that sort of experience and mana looking back at you.
Yeah, but I don't think Potts will be too fazed by that.
Does not seem to be a lad,
No.
that's right, that does experience that.
he's got his job to do, and no matter who's standing in the batter's box, he'll do as best he can for his catcher.
the story that Stevie Dean's told us, they had Liam Potts in a battery training with Heine Shannon, and he did not know who Heine Shannon was. Does that suggest how long it's been since Heine Shannon was a player in the game versus how young Liam Potts is?
Yeah.
Nathan Nuku it is there now. Looking
That's a great
menacing,
pitch.
and that is an absolute fantastic pitch. And the way Nathan's swinging, it looks like he wants to get back on par with one swing of the bat. 2-2 it is. He's taken Potsy into a deep count as well.
Oh, he struck them out.
The
There you
job
go.
done. There we go. Strikes out. Nathan Nuki does Liam Potts. And by geez, he doesn't show it. Like you say, he doesn't show it, but I do reckon the young man will be pumped after that one.
Especially when you know, as the captain, you bring yourself in for a hit. You know, you think you would expect at least to get on, but unfortunately not in that instance. Potsy doing the job out there, going real well.
Job, going extremely well. Brings to bat number 28, Reece Evans,
who himself has been going well with the bat as well. So it's it's good matchups.
Well, if Potsy does manage to close out this game, and he's pulled the strings on that one, and really has done the job on the change up there this time. As Reece Evans almost breaks his back getting around on that one. This time it's a high fly ball. It's going to go into foul territory. Is he going to make it over the fence? Yes, it does. Reece Evans lives to swing another day.
Let's go, come on now.
And you see he leaned on that one. Looked like he was trying to take it to right field, to be fair.
Porty keeping things rolling here.
One sec.
I've been impressed with the way the games have flowed as well, though. There has been like a no-nonsense approach, not just from the umpires to keep the games running, but also the buy-in from the players has been impressive.
Yeah, hustle on and off has been real good over the week.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding, we're now playing well into the dark, but
yeah, tends to happen when you're watching games that go 11 innings long.
Yeah. Yeah. Good battle here.
Yeah, very good battle. Liam Potts maintaining his form. This time it's against Reece Evans. There's a nice pitch on the inside. Evans manages to get a hold of it.
Oh, it's a great out
and
there.
There's a nice job by
2
Jaden
down.
Potts. This time he scoops it up. Fires it across the diamond to take out Reece Evans. 2 down and 1 step closer, as you'll see on the replay. There he goes. Boom.
Good
It's
glove
nearly
out there.
2 metres out there.
Great job at first base for Josh Harborough.
Number 50, Maddox Rice, will be the batter to come in now. The last throw of the dice. This time for
Great
Mount
pitch
Albert
just on
Ramblers.
the outside.
And once again, we're just seeing how efficient this unit is as a whole. I know we've talked a lot about young Liam Potts, but the PCU team as a whole, it's very efficient. This time it's hit hard, and this time it's scooped up by Curtis Dove.
And takes it out of there.
Not even a deflection off the pitcher can stop them from making the out. You're going to see on the
PCU
replay
Devils take a great win. Great job.
scoops it up, fires it across to Josh Harborough, and boom.
That's a great out.
That is a great out, and that is a great display by Parkland's Christchurch United, who go one step further than Papanui were unable to, and that is straight to the grand final this time. And Wayne, give us a quick sum up of that game in your opinion.
Gary, that's what these tournaments are about, right? Close right to the end. Ramblers took their chances. Skipper comes in for a hit, gets unfortunately struck out. The PCU Devils stuck to their game, well led in the middle by Potsy, but they took the routes. They took the options, the opportunities were there. They capitalised on the opportunities, and as a consequence, have now got themselves through to the final tomorrow. So, they played well, and as you said, they're a well-drilled outfit. They're a team, well drilled. So, no, it's awesome to see, and Ramblers have to get up tomorrow morning and come and have another crack, and it's been awesome.
Well, there we go. Parklands Christchurch United have decided one of the grand finalists. It's going to be them, and the other grand finalists will be decided at 10 o'clock tomorrow. One of those teams is Mount Albert Ramblers. The other team is yet to be decided. We're going to find that out shortly on this diamond, as it is Papanui who will go to work with Auckland United. But for me, Gary Rohi, and joining me in colour commentary, Wayne Small, and for the rest of the team at Ballpark Broadcasting and Atiawa Toa FM, thank you very much, and we'll be back very shortly.